Hi, my name is Mason.
Hi, my name is Trevor Pitts, and we're going to be talking about advanced personalized learning today.
Okay, perfect. So let's jump right in.
So the first thing we talk about is what is advanced personalized learning, right? In current schools for the last 100 years, the way teaching has been done is you put 30 kids in a classroom, they all they all look at the teacher, they all learn the exact same way, and it usually leads to pretty inefficient ways because some people will learn really efficient that way, and some people are just bound to get left behind and not learn at all, right? What advanced personalized learning does is tries to make learning more individualized for each student, right? Because some students will learn in a big group setting, but some students would like to learn more one-on-one individually. Some students would like to learn more like visually compared to others. Some students would like to learn by example. Some students would like to learn by doing small groups of work, right? And personalized learning goes out and tries to figure out what each student's best style of learning is. And it usually creates a more efficient style of learning almost every time.
So when we were researching this, we found that and there was a 2017 study done in Oklahoma in these high schools in Oklahoma, and they found that compared to their readiness for the ACT in 2016, here we have the traditional learning style, which was implemented in 2016 in these schools in order to see where these schools ranked in their percentile, readiness wise, math and reading wise for the ACT, and they found that these schools placed in the 40th percentile in math and in the 56th percentile in reading with the traditional program in 2016. But in 2017, when they implemented, like Trevor said, this personalized learning, they scored with the math portion. They were in the 76th percentile with readiness and the 91st percentile with their reading. So we can see here that this isn't just some hoax that we're making up. We can truly see the benefits of personalized learning and letting every student learn how they would like, and the numbers don't lie, and they explain that as well here in this chart.
All right, so there's a bunch of reasons why personalized learning matters, right? The first one I'll be talking about is the equity gap, right, in school. And the equity gap in school is that every single kid will come from every single type of background in school, whether they're rich or poor economically, what ethnic background they are, whether they're only child or they have 10 siblings, right? Everyone comes from a different background. And we throw all 30 kids into a single classroom, right? Some are bound to learn differently from others, and some will fall behind compared to others. Personalized learning gets rid of that as it finds each and every single kid's best way to learn individually, right? And that also will help it, in turn, keep students more motivated, right? Some students will fall behind and they'll just fall behind in school and never feel like they can catch up. And this in turn will make it so they don't learn as much, right? Personalized learning, obviously, if we're learning one-on-one, right, and you're learning through your best way of learning, you're gonna keep motivated. You're gonna want to learn more, right? And then the main reason why I think personalized learning matters, right, is the world is just advancing technologically every single day. You see it everywhere. There's screens, technology everywhere, and personalized learning should be used to help students be better prepared for the future, and it will help students be better prepared for the future.
Now, another example is from WestEd, which is a nonprofit organization that works in the United States on the west part of the United States, and they were working with teachers to figure out the best way that they could help students learn. And they found that with these four strategies, with helping them with learning with real world experiences, teaching them for mastery, helping them develop self-regulation and metacognitive skills, and then having assessment data driven teaching, this was the best way to help students. And it wasn't the best way in a very broad sense. They didn't use these skills in order to give lectures. Rather, they used these skills with personalized learning, and they found that without fail, this was the best way for kids to learn by helping them learn from the real world, teaching for mastery, developing these self-regulation skills so that they can learn for themselves, and using the data to figure out what's the best way to keep teaching. And this data, like we said before, talked about personalized learning being the best. So obviously, personalized learning is going to be the best in this situation as well.
There's still a lot that needs to be done to help personalized learning get everywhere throughout the world. Obviously, one of the biggest challenges to overcome right now is the way of teaching in schools has not changed at every level for over 100 years, right? Where you look at elementary, middle, high school, or college, the classrooms are all pretty much the same, and getting those to change will take time, right? Right. Think these things had been changing though. Just here's a study I found recently while doing research. It was 39 states has leveraged new flexibility granted by the federal Every Student Succeeds to embed personalized learning policies in their state plans. Right. Obviously, we need to get that number to 50, and then we need to get that worldwide and stuff like that. Right. And then the other thing that needs to be done for personalized learning is understanding how to use it effectively and online. This took a major gap after COVID because everyone switched to online learning. But understanding how to use this efficiently in online learning is something that still needs to be done with personalized learning.
Now, obviously, with any idea or invention, there are going to be some unintended consequences. Thankfully, in this case, the biggest thing we can really think about is the social aspect. Now that all kids won't be learning the same way from the same teacher always, there might not be the social aspect that's there before. This isn't a huge problem, as the amount of learning that will come from this is going to be so much better than what you can get socially. Obviously, people are going to have differing opinions, and there are some students that maybe aren't going to like this type of learning, so it may not be fully efficient for helping everyone all the time. And what that also is saying is that we're going to change the way that education is modeled always. We've been so used to teaching from a kind of like a lecture standpoint. One teacher gives a lecture, that we have to completely adapt and change the way we think. So that's going to change the educational system forever.
All right, yeah, and then in summary, right, everyone pretty much knows nowadays that personalized learning is better than traditional learning. Just thinking about it logically, it makes sense, but it's also supported by studies and statistics, right? And then the main reason, again, why personalized learning matters to not just us, but to everybody, is it will help set the foundation for the future, right? If we get our foundation schooling correct, right, it'll help everybody in every way access new technology, access new sources of energy, access better ways to be efficient in engineering, stuff like that. But if we get the foundations right in school, it'll help all of that. And then we have our references at the end here.
Here are some of the references that we used in order to find this information. So if you'd like to search any of this up to check what we're talking about, it's all here. We just want to say thanks for watching this presentation, listening to us for a bit. We know that this truly is something important that will help everybody. It will help kids, it will help adults, it will change the way that we view education forever. So thank you all so much for watching, and we hope you have a great day.
Thank you.